Hey everyone, welcome to this video. Namaste. So today I wanted to talk about the question, why do I feel drained after a Reiki session? I broke this up into a few different sections: Reiki 1 basics, before session practices, and the healer's path. So let's talk Reiki 1 basics. So hopefully during your Reiki 1 class, you were taught about the energy flow and grounding. So our energy in a Reiki session comes through us and out our arms and hands to the client. It can also come from our eyes, out our eyes though, or from our mouth, out our mouth, our heart, out our heart. So the energy flow in a session is always into us as a channel and out into our client. Now, grounding is important during this practice. So we connect to the energy of the earth through our intention, and that's called grounding. And then we bring in the energy of the light ray, right? Reiki ray. We bring that energy in, and then it goes out through us. Our connection to the earth keeps us from drifting away, right? Sometimes I think that we feel drained when we're not grounded and we're not giving that excess energy to the earth, right? We start to feel like we're floating away. Now, during our personal spiritual practice, so Reiki is a personal spiritual practice, we practice connecting to that energy on a daily basis. And it's during that practice that we learn what it feels like when the energy is coming into us and then flowing out of us. Okay. Our energy integrity. So as a human on this planet, we create energetic relationships with other beings. So both human and non-human. Sometimes when we're not aware enough of how our energy is flowing through us and out of us, we can accidentally leach that client's energy into us by bringing the energy flow backwards. Okay. And then we can also unintentionally, if we're not really aware of our own energy, grab onto our client and potentially be giving your life force energy away during that grabbing onto, or that leaching your own energy into them. You can also drain that way. So what do I mean then when I say energy integrity? What I mean is that it is our responsibility as practitioners to be mindfully practicing our spiritual disciplines so that we can tell what energy we are interacting with in the session, what energy is ours and what energy is the client's, and how is that energy moving through a session. I'm going to just recap this slide by saying that our energy should be coming into us and then moving out from us. So pre-session basics. I am a huge proponent of creating sacred space. And what I mean by that is taking ownership and responsibility for the energies that you are allowing into your healing space. So create a safe, sacred space for your clients. Now, this is another potential area that you're losing energy, is that you're not taking ownership or responsibility for the energies that are in your healing space. And maybe you have some attachments, or maybe you're giving your life force energy away to the energies in the space. That's particularly easy to do if they have their own agenda. So be mindful of the energies that you're inviting into your healing space and the energies that you're allowing to stay in your healing space. Now, the three pillars of our Reiki 1 practice and our Reiki 2 practice, remember, when we move from one level to the next, we don't set aside what we learned before. We continue to practice it, because Reiki is a spiritual practice, a daily spiritual practice. So remember the three pillars. Gasho, Raijiho, right? We connect to the energy. So in Gasho, we are saying that we are grateful for this opportunity to be a vessel for the healing energy of Reiki, and we're setting ourselves aside so that we can have discernment in the healing space as to what energies are there, right? Our own self-critic, our own ego critic doesn't need to be in the space at this time. So I'm going to set myself aside in Gasho, and then with the Reiki, I'm going to connect fully with the intelligence that's the Reiki Shakti. And then I'm going to be guided to doing the healing session. And it's through that repeated practice of the 3 pillars that, again, you're going to learn discernment in the healing session. What is the energy that's moving through me, and what does that feel like? 3 keys is a more advanced breath work, but it's really helpful to be able to feel those energies as they're coming into your body. The first key is the earth energy, and the earth energy comes up through the earth and spills out and down and around us. And it comes up through the earth, up through our bodies, and out and around us. And then the light energy of the Reiki ray comes in through our crown and down to the earth and back up around. And in through our crown and down through our bodies into the earth and back up around. So the first key is the earth, the second key is the light, and the third key is our heart. Right? Our compassion for ourselves. Our compassion for ourselves is what allows us to have compassion for other beings on this planet. It starts with us. And that's the third key. So energy, the flow, that is what you want to be meditating and contemplating and really practicing in Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 is what's the flow of energy in and around me. Feel the earth as it comes into you. Feel the light as it comes into you. Feel your compassion as it comes into you. And then feel all that as you move it out your hands and your arms. And again, with your eyes, with your mouth, with your heart, you're sending all that energy out. So the healer's path, what does it mean to be a light worker? This is another space that we give energy away, that we give our life force energy away. In the healing space, our role as the healer is to be proficient in our therapy. If you're practicing Reiki, to be proficient in your therapy would be to be able to be in a place of meditation and contemplation and be a clear channel for that energy to move out of you. It's not our place in the healing space to fix or change or make a judgment about those energies. It's in that moment, if we are looking for external validation, so let's say we're looking for a change in our client, right? That is you leeching energy, your life force energy into your client because you're looking for external validation. And you have judgment in the situation. If the client doesn't have a change, then I haven't done my work well. All right, so you've done 2 things there. 1, you've invested your life force energy in that external validation. And 2, you have created an opportunity for energies to come into you that weren't wanted, or to give away energies that you don't want to give away because you've had judgment. So if we're going to embrace an ethical spiritual practice, then that means that we need to take responsibility for our energies. How do I leech energy onto other people? How do I inadvertently or unintentionally, how am I giving away my life force energy to somebody else? When we're giving away our life force energy, or when we are draining or leeching energy from other people, that's our responsibility. And that we need to be aware of enough so that we can make changes and not do that. Right? And not have judgment, have compassion and have forgiveness, because we're on a spiritual practice. We're on a spiritual path, right? And so all of these things that we need to be doing comes with practice. So let's wrap it up, and let's just say that part of your spiritual practice needs to be learning about how energy flows in and around your body and your heart and your mind and your spirit, and take responsibility for where you're looking for external validation when you really need to be searching for that internally and not giving away your life force energy in that seeking of external validation. Right? This isn't a dog and pony show. This is Reiki, a spiritual practice. So be mindful of where you might be losing energy in the healing space, and then, causing you to feel physically drained after. These are opportunities to tighten ship and learn about yourself and have compassion for yourself. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful and answered some questions and gave you some hints on little tweaks that you could do in your practice, your daily practice, and your, if you have a professional practice, what you can do so that you don't feel drained after your Reiki sessions. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, or going on, head over to ReikiAnswerLady.com and subscribe to my newsletter. I have lots of free podcasts. I have these free videos, and I'm enjoying building, and creating community with you. So thank you so much for your participation. Many, many blessings. Namaste.